You are about to enter the story scroll, where every tale unfolds like a secret whispered in the dark. Ready to unravel the mystery? Let's go. In 1908, something happened above Tunguska that has left scientists baffled ever since. Whatever it was, it leveled trees over an area larger than London, but left behind no crater. This is the incredible story of the Tunguska Event, one of the biggest space mysteries of all time. June 30th, 1908, a hot summer day in Siberia. At around 7 a.m., two woodcutters were working deep in the Siberian wilderness when the morning sky suddenly exploded. A fiery object streaked across the horizon, leaving behind a blinding flash. Then, the ground beneath their feet rumbled like thunder. Startled, the men looked up to see a thick white cloud rising high into the sky. Then, just as suddenly, the cloud was gone. As the men stood there stunned by what they had just seen, they felt the air grow heavy and hot, as if a furnace had been left burning inside a closed oven, said one of the woodcutters. It was an ominous sign of things to come. Hundreds of miles away in the city of Yakutsk, windows shattered as people were thrown to the ground by the sudden force of the blast. And in the village of Vanavara, more than 1,000 kilometers from the epicenter, a woman on her way to church was thrown through the air, her bonnet and shawl torn from her body. When the dust eventually settled, the extent of the devastation became clear. Over an area of some 830 square miles, a region larger than London, every single tree had been flattened. But the most astonishing thing about the Tunguska event was not the destruction or the distance over which it was felt, but the fact that nobody was hurt. Not a single person had been killed. It would be almost 20 years before scientists first set foot in the devastated area. And when they did, they discovered something that made no sense. All the trees were lying in a radial pattern, all pointing away from a mysterious center. But at that center, there was nothing. No rock, no dust, not even a small crater. This was puzzling enough to capture the attention of scientists around the world. What could have caused such widespread destruction and left no trace? Was it a meteorite? Had something crashed into Earth and exploded? If so, where was the impact crater? Could it have been a volcano? But there were no signs of volcanic activity. In the decades that followed, many theories were proposed, each more outlandish than the last. Some suggested that it was the result of a failed military experiment. Others blamed a rogue spaceship from another planet. And still, others pointed the finger at Nikola Tesla. His experiments with wireless energy transmission, they claimed, had gone horribly wrong. But the leading theory was that a meteor or comet exploded in midair, releasing its energy in a massive burst of light and heat before reaching Earth. If this is true, then the explosion would have been thousands of times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. But without fragments of the original object, perhaps a comet or meteor, no one can say for sure. And so the mystery remains. What makes the Tunguska event even more strange is that apart from the two woodcutters who witnessed the initial flash, there were no reported sightings of the object in the days or weeks before. One moment it wasn't there, and the next it was streaking across the sky. Some claim that it was actually seen on June, but that the reports were lost in the chaos of the sinking of the Titanic. Others suggest that it wasn't an object at all, but a massive burst of energy, a kind of giant fireball. We may never know what really happened at Tunguska, but this much is certain. It was one of the most dramatic events of the 20th century, and it happened in one of the most remote parts of the world. As if by chance or perhaps fate, the Tunguska event claimed no human victims, but left an indelible mark on the wilderness of Siberia. More than a century later, it remains one of the greatest cosmic mysteries, a reminder of how small we are under the vast, unpredictable sky. Thanks for watching. Do you believe something extraterrestrial crashed into Earth back in 1908? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If the story gripped you, subscribe. The scroll never ends.